I can hardly believe it. I get to go to the thrift store again. I am super excited. It's been a long time. I used to go once a week, and now we only go about once to twice a month, if that. So let's see what they have today on this beautiful fall day. Some people call it thrift store shopping, while other people call it junking. But I love whatever you want to call it because it is so much fun. The treasures lie await. Now, what treasures am I going to take home, and what treasures am I going to leave at the store? Well, let's take a look. If you're very observant, you will see me putting things into my basket. As I'm decluttering and as I am just changing a little bit of the theme of my home, just a slight bit, I am just being more careful as to what I get. She was cute. She was vintage, but no, not for me. I'm always amazed at the books. Hundreds and hundreds of books. And cookbooks. As you know, I love my cookbooks, but I have a certain amount of cookbooks, and if I ever get another one, I have to give one away. And I'm at the point now where there's not too many cookbooks that I want to give away, so that means I really don't get any new ones unless it just really catches my eye. Do you think I found one today? Gardening books, and of course the theme of Thanksgiving. I always love seeing their setups of their different holidays and how they decorate. I was really surprised for a Mennonite store that they did decorate a little bit for Halloween. That surprised me a lot. And then of course we always look at the canning stuff. I mean, it's jars. I still love my glass jars. Did I buy one? And then of course the vintage items. It's hard not to leave home without one of these treasures, but they're not very cheap. In fact, a lot of them are really expensive. And then we have the housewares and the beautiful glassware. I'm not a big glass person, even though I thought that was beautiful. And here we go on the way home. Yes, the leaves are starting to change slightly, but not a whole lot. We've had some really record warm weather right now, and we're in the Indian summer. But as you can see, the corn is off the fields. And now we're going to venture home. Very cold, frosty morning, but the wood stove is going. I can smell the wood burning, and it's such a wonderful thing that we are learning about having the wood stove. I don't know why we didn't do this years ago. It is probably the second best thing that we have ever got that has to do with homesteading or just living a more simple life. Of course, the number one thing I would always tell you is my greenhouses, and then it's the wood stove. Today we went to the thrift store. It's been a couple weeks, and I wanted to show you what I got. It was something I really needed. I believe they had it. I got bed sheet set. Now this is the flannel, the fleece in the king size, because I have a king size bed. I paid $14 for it, but before you think that's really expensive, I priced them on Amazon, and the cheapest one that I could find that is flannel was $58. And it's brand new. Now the packaging looks like it's a little bit on the old side, but it's brand new, and I'm so excited for it. It is really nice and warm and comfy. Now we do have a wood stove, but I love comfy covers. We have no heat in our bedroom, and the wood stove will make it warmer, but we don't really like a really hot house. So with our wood stove, we won't keep it like 80 and 90 degrees if we possibly can. We like having more of a cool house, but let me tell you, that wood stove is so warm. So we get up in the morning and it's frosty outside. We just add some fire and it's just so warm. Once you have a wood heat, you will never go back. Let me tell you what. It is a lot of work, but we find it very fulfilling, and we just find it a comfy way to live. I got these sheets. So this flannel sheet set is amazing. That was what I really needed. Then I bought a few other things, which would be my $10 or less. For $1, I got this. It was with the vintage things, and it is a sewing basket. I said to Linda, my friend, well, I don't know what this is in the inside. She said she thinks it's for sewing. So I don't really need the insert to it. I just thought it was an amazing basket with the lid on it. It is so precious. Don't ask what I'm gonna use it for. I don't know quite yet. Maybe you got some ideas. Has a heart on the end of it like that on the inside. I could put my garlic in it. I don't know, but I just thought it was so charming and I wanted to have it in my kitchen. And then I got for $1.50 a vintage, I don't know what it is. Okay, it's amazing. It's a scraper, a vintage scraper. It was with the vintage items, so I'm just going by what they said. But it's a vintage scraper. Aren't they adorable? So they were 35 cents each, only 35 cents each. I'm gonna fill them with some of my herbs. I still have some more that I'm harvesting. And they're almost like the ticking. So in the 18 and 1900s, the ticking, it's not ticking material, but it looks like that. I was really excited about that. And then I got this curtain. Once again, it is the gingham, but it's like the ticking. And I'm gonna use this not as a curtain. I am gonna cut it and use it for something else, which you will see in my kitchen. Actually, to be honest with you, it would make a beautiful table runner. I never even thought about that until now. This would make a beautiful table runner. So maybe that's what I'll do with it. And then I got this one, this book. Vintage book from A Child's Life. And this is written in 1931, the year before my mom was born. And it is famous poems. I just thought it was so cute, and I love vintage books. Just a few more items. For $1, I got this menu plan. I'm gonna put this on my refrigerator. And it's the shopping list on the side and the menu plan on this side. And I love these. Posies and Such menu pad with recycled paper, soy ink, and made in the USA. Love it. For 25 cents, I got this paper. I love paper, as you know. Any kind of paper to write lists, to do all kinds of to-do lists and chore lists. Look at the paper. For 25 cents for all of this. And it's all different kinds. It's adorable. This one here is Little Mice and Christmas. Their papers are always really super cheap. $3, which was a little pricey. The Quarter Acre. And this is Urban Farming. Feed your family and earn an income. So it's just really a cute book. And it's all about basically everything I have here on the homestead except for my chickens. Oh, we're getting chickens in the spring. Yippee! So we are going to get chickens in the spring. But it's just really neat. It's a book just about everything. And it's all about homesteading on a quarter acre. So I really like this. I think I'm going to enjoy this, reading this in the winter time. Well, everyone, there is my Thrifty Thursdays, and I want to share with you a little bit of something that I am just really thinking about these days. At night, I read Little House on the Prairie, and right now I'm reading The Long Winter. And even though it's a children's storybook, and even though it's probably geared towards children, we can learn a lot about the lives of other people. And I'm learning now, right now, when they went through the 7 months of winter, and it was a cold winter and a snowy winter, and it was just about 7 months of it. And what I am learning is the value in not being a complainer. I will admit I complain different things about stuff. But after reading the book, the series on TV is an amazing series, but it does not do justice to actually the books. I wish there was a written series made, that another TV series that actually went by the book and talked about the long winter. and how they were getting close to running out of food, and how they didn't have heat. So as the winter went on, they went into town, they lived in town, but they were running out of heat, and how they had to spend every day of their life twisting straw to make fake logs to burn in the cook stove. How they were down to only potatoes. How they had to use a tiny coffee grinder to grind wheat berries to make bread. How it took them hours to make enough of wheat after grinding it to make the bread. How people lost lives, you know, and it makes me think today there are people that live in North Carolina, and there are people that living in other states right now are living in tents. That's becoming wintertime and it's freezing, and people are really doing a lot to help them out. But when we read stories about Little House on the Prairie, you know, don't think it could never happen to you. Yes, it was written so long ago, and yes, we do live in a productive country, but things like that can happen to all of us. And that's a lesson that I am learning, that when things don't go your way, to remember that people have it really hard. And how can we have the courage and the stamina and the backbone to face life even in its most difficult challenges? I can't help but be changed when I think about all of these things, and I cannot help but be changed in my mentality. And so you see a little bit of a difference in me and in my videos. I hope you have seen it by now. We're a good 30 days of these type of videos. I have more to talk about all of that with all of you, because it's something that I am learning. Take care. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.